Hey there, I'm Scott and welcome back to my home and my kitchen. You guys, I've had 3 emails just in the last 2 days asking me for a really great request. They've asked for some really classic southern side dishes, and I thought I'd probably take 2 of the most classic ones and prepare them for you guys today. So we're going to do black-eyed peas and turnip greens. Let's get started. So let's get started on black-eyed peas and turnip greens. And you guys, this is a really simple method for preparing these vegetables in the real southern style. And that basically means that we're going to kind of braise them over about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Really break them down and add a lot of flavor to them. Especially with the greens. I went to the farmer's market this weekend looking for some organic greens and didn't find any. But I did find some at the supermarket that was actually frozen. So for the turnip greens, we're using 1 pound of frozen chopped turnip greens. For the black-eyed peas, I have 2 cups of black-eyed peas. I put those in water, about 6 cups of water, and let them soak overnight with about 2 teaspoons of salt mixed into the water. When I got up this morning, I drained those off, and these are ready to go. So in addition to that, I'm going to need some chicken stock, about 2 cups per recipe. So 2 cups for the greens and 2 cups for the black-eyed peas. And also the way we're going to add a lot of really great smoky flavor to this and richness is going to be through bacon. This isn't really a dietetic recipe, and by no means should you try to eat this every single day. And there are methods to get around using the bacon. You could actually use smoked turkey, would add nice smoky flavor to it, but today I'm doing it full out the old-fashioned way. So for each recipe you'll need about 3 ounces of bacon, and I've just cut that into little strips, larger than a julienne. You're going to also need some salt and some pepper. So to get started, I have 2 cast iron pots back here on the stove. I'm just going to get both of those turned on and heated up, and then we're going to add our bacon to the pot. Alright, so the pots have gotten nicely heated up over the flame. To both of those I'm just going to add 3 ounces each in each pot of the sliced up bacon. We're just going to give this a stir, let it kind of cook, let the fat start to release, then we'll be ready to start adding the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so our bacon has given off most of its fat, so I'm going to start with the greens first, just in one of these pots. Add all of that in, and this is really simple. We're just going to take our spoon and get all of that bacon grease and the bacon sort of incorporated throughout, and let that fry just for a few seconds. So then in our second pot that we're going to do the black-eyed peas in, the bacon again has given off most of its fat. It's sort of lightly browned. So we're going to take our soaked beans, and pour those right into the pot. And again, just stir them up so that bacon and the grease gets incorporated throughout. Alright, so these pots have gotten nicely stirred up. We got the bacon fat incorporated throughout. So what we want to do is just add our chicken stock, and this is a nice homemade rich chicken stock. And we're going to fill the level just to below the top of the beans. And we're going to bring that up to a boil. And now essentially the same method for the greens. Just chicken stock into right below the top of the greens. And we're going to bring that to a boil. Okay, so both of our pots with the beans and the greens are both nicely boiling. So what I want to do is add about a teaspoon of salt to each of these. And just be careful, if you have not made your own chicken stock, make sure that your chicken stock is not too salty, or adjust the amount of salt you're going to add now. And then a few grinds of black pepper in both of the pots. So probably about a quarter teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And you guys, that's it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce both the heats on these pots down to a low simmer, as low as it'll go, and then put on these lids And I'll check back with them in about an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Especially those greens. You want to make sure you cook them long enough so they lose their bitterness. I'll see you in about an hour. So the greens were actually on the stove for just over an hour, about an hour and 5 minutes or so. And my peas I actually tested at about 45 minutes in over that simmer. And they were already done. So I turned that heat off, left the lid on, the cast iron lid on, and let the greens finish cooking. And now they're ready to serve. And you guys, they smell really, really good. But as I just noted, if your food is cooking a little quickly, don't be afraid to turn down the heat or turn it off and let the other items catch up with them. So I'm gonna get a scoop of these greens, which look delicious, with some of that bacon scattered throughout, and some of these black-eyed peas. And we'll give these a taste. Okay, first for the greens, they look really good. That's a winner. The black-eyed peas. Wow. Kind of creamy and delicious. Rich, they're gonna be delicious. So you guys, I hope you'll really try these two recipes. Two really classic southern side dishes. And please feel free to email me, as my other viewers did, and ask me to prepare a recipe for you. I'll be happy to. My email address is scottinoregon@comcast.net. Okay guys, have a good night. Bye.